Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. Last month was World Watercolor Month and I participated in it, and I thought maybe you would enjoy a sketchbook tour. It happened to start while I was at our cottage in Canada, and so I wasn't really prepared for it. So I did my first sketch on a piece of watercolor paper I happened to have around, and then I went uptown to the art supply little art store in Godrich, and I got myself a little sketchbook, watercolor sketchbook, made by Fluid. That worked out perfectly. It's a little 5x5 inch book. I did have to add some papers to it, and I also added a black paper to it because I wanted to do one of them on black. But I was able to cut the one that I did down to size and punch it and add it to it because I have a little sketchbook maker that I can punch holes and put the wire binding on, and so I can just add papers to anything that has the right size binding, and this happened to. So it worked out very, very nicely, and I just thought it might be kind of fun to go through it, so I didn't want to get too far out of July before I threw this up on YouTube. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. So this is the little book I bought. It's a field watercolor journal made with Fluid watercolor paper, and it was 6x6, not 5x5. And there were 24 sheets, and obviously there were 31 days, so I had to add a few. But it really worked out really nicely. I like to have my World Watercolor Month sketches all in one book. And I usually use Strathmore Visual Journal watercolor sketchbook. But obviously, like I said, I was not able to do that because I wasn't home where I had them. So anyway, this was kind of fun, different format. So this is the first thing I do. Is I make a copy of the prompts and try and get that into the back of the book so I know what I'm doing. But I had to do this a few days later because I had to wait till I got home where the printer was. But anyway, the first prompt was train, and I always write it down in the corner so I remember what it was. Now this, I'm going to scooch this over. These were based on kind of athletic prompts. I didn't always go that way. Obviously with this one, I went for an actual train, or actually it's a tram. And I think I got this off Pexels, I'm not really sure. But it was a free to use artwork. So that was kind of fun. The next day was passion, and I drew passion fruit. Not my favorite fruit either. I don't really care for it. But I thought it would be interesting to draw. Again, another photo off Pexels or Pixabay, I can't remember. But anyway, not my favorite. Now this one was time, and I was at the cottage and we got to experience a lot of sunsets. So, because we faced west, and we're right on Lake Huron. So I decided to depict time to me as the sun setting. My hair. Anyway, and the next one was patriotic, and this one, by then I was home, and I could use some black paper, or I might have postponed this one till I got home. I can't remember. And there's a little bit of silvery, glittery that I don't know if you can pick up on here and there. This one was kind of fun to do. So, and welcome. We put this little thing up on our front porch when we did a Harry Potter party, and we had platform 9 3/4 hanging from it. And my husband suggested that we hang a pride flag up there. And I thought that was kind of a good idea. So I thought that was welcoming to my front door, and everyone's welcome kind of feeling. So anyway, that's what that is. This is Perform. This is, I believe, an artist from the band Doolin at the Michigan Irish Festival back a few years. And I had taken some photos and I just used that as a reference. Home, this one, there was a little bird making a nest not in a tree that was right across from our deck at the cottage. And we would sit out on the deck and have breakfast or lunch or whatever and read the newspaper book and watch this little bird flit in and out of this hole where she was making her little nest. And so that was her home, and I thought it was kind of a fun way to express that prompt. Now this one, this is a drawing, painting of a sculpture that is at Trinity College in Dublin, and I had taken some pictures of it when we were there, and so I used that for my bronze prompt. This one was Goal, and this is also from Ireland. This is the Donegal Castle in Donegal, and my maiden name is O'Donnell, and so that was always that's the O'Donnell Castle, and it was always a goal of mine to get there. Pretty much my bucket list was to go to Ireland, and I managed to do that in 2019, and so this is a drawing of that. Now this is fast, and this is the Tequamatum Falls in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We went there one year on our way to Mackinac Island, and I decided that that would make a good prompt for fast because waterfalls, the water is falling fast. And it has a coppery kind of color to it. It's really kind of an interesting waterfall. This is the Upper Falls. Center, I drew a coneflower. These are very prevalent at the cottage, so I have lots of pictures of them, and they're very bright and very cool. And I've painted them a lot, and I decided to do this one for center because it has such an interesting center. This is a picture my son took that I used for reference. That's their cat, Cisse. And apparently Cisse made the train derail at Christmas time, and I decided that would be kind of fun for travel. Strong. Now this is up at Sleeping Bear Dunes. We went there again on a trip either coming home from Mackinac or on the way to Mackinac, and this is it was so windy and the winds were really strong, and I decided that I would use that as my prompt, or as my depiction of the prompt, I guess. This is my daughter Hannah, back when she was 16, and this was her solo, a shot from a solo that she did. The dance was Ready for Love was the music, and she competed it in quite a few places and did quite well with it, and this is her. That was kind of fun to do. Next one was Cheer, and I decided to go for cheers with wine glasses or champagne glasses, and this picture's off, again, I think it's off Pexels, might be Pixabay, and could be Paint My Photo too, but I don't think it's off that one. And these are, the bubbles, so those were kind of interesting to paint, and the sun was setting behind the two glasses, so that's why everything's kind of orangey, yellowy color. Silver, I found this reference photo on one of the sites with a silver bowl, and I thought that would be kind of interesting to paint. That was fun. The next one, I have to flip the book around because I painted it on the back of this upside down. Well, I didn't paint it upside down. It ended up upside down because I painted it on the back side of this and didn't realize I was on the back, which I was not very happy about. But I will flip it this way so you can see just him and not move forward. It was aerodynamic, and I painted a penguin, and my friend pointed out that being on the South Pole, penguins on the South Pole and I'm on the Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, that having him upside down out of all the pictures in the book maybe was kind of appropriate. So anyway, I really liked him too, and then I was so upset when I found out I had flipped him the wrong direction. And so then we go to the next one, which is Resistance, which if you're a Star Trek fan, you'd know Resistance is futile. And I painted my Borg bear, Locutus of Borg bear, that I got in Las Vegas at the Star Trek The Experience years ago. I have a little collection of them. I have a Klingon bear, and I think I have a Spock. I'm trying to remember all of them. Anyway, so that's that. And see, that's how what ended up. I was not happy, but nevertheless, here we go. This one is not my favorite, but the memory's really cool. It's a painting of a crowd. We went to Comic-Con one year and saw Captain Jack from Doctor Who, and it was really cool. And he was up there speaking, and he was a lot of fun. He had a dress and tights on, and he was a lot of fun. Not the best rendering of him, but it was fun. This was Focus, and this was another picture. I'm not sure again which reference site I got it from, but that one was kind of fun to do. I thought kind of a goofy picture, but I was looking for a magnifying glass, and that's what I got. Confident. This is at home. This is a bag from the drugstore, and that's our cat, Agatha, who was confident that she could fit in that little drugstore bag. She couldn't, so, but she gave it a good try. Anyway, that was kind of fun. And then I painted this one the day before, on the same day as Confident, because my son reminded me it was he and his wife's wedding anniversary. I believe 5 years? 16. They were married in 2016? Yeah, 5 years. And so I did this on the day before, a day ahead, and posted it for them on our little family site of the ceremony. I thought that was kind of appropriate. So that was fun. Pride, since I had done my Pride flag welcome at our front door, I went with a totally different kind of pride for Pride. And this was fun. This was fun. Again, off one of the sites. I got the reference and the idea when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Now this is Wave, and I took the photo for this at the cottage. I'm trying to remember if it was while we were there that time when the waves kicked up, or it might have been the year before, like last September, when we finally got to go back to the cottage, because we couldn't go there because it was in Canada and we're in Michigan, and we couldn't go till September and open the cottage couldn't get there for 2 years because of COVID. So anyway, it was a picture I took then, and that one was kind of fun to do. And this is Drift, and I went with Driftwood, which is another photo from the beach, from another walk on the beach. This one was definitely a walk we took this year. And I used a little brown micron pen on it too. That was kind of fun. This one is Breathe, and I went with Fire Breathing Dragon. And it's a little more cartoon-like, but I had a good time with it. And he's got little shimmery bits on I don't know if you can see them, on his spines of his wings. So he was kind of loosely based off a statue that I found a picture of. I added the castle in the background. Group. Picture of Stonehenge. Because they're kind of in a little group. So that I kind of had fun exploring rock faces. And ribbon. This one gave me all sorts of trouble. And this is what I ended up on. Not my favorite, but I do remember a good ribbon candy from when I was a little kid. So. And this is Rest, and this is my dad's mother's maiden name and my maiden name, my dad's last name. And we took this when we were walking through the graveyard last year when we went to a memorial service for one of my aunt and uncle. We had a memorial service, and so we had been walking around taking pictures of old family headstones. I think this is just a general one for the area that was Thielen O'Donnell. I'm not really sure, but it was a cool thing. Record, I went with record, as in recording history, your thoughts, whatever. And I like the way the candle turned out. Anyway, it was nice. And then the last one is gold, and I wanted to paint some nice gold fall leaves on a birch tree. And on this one, too, I don't know if you can see, but I used a little bit of the gold paint. So it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. And that was the 31st, and that's it. And I'm to my cheat sheet. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour. I certainly enjoyed doing it. It kind of became what I did every day, along with, I have a journal that I do, like a journal that maybe I'll do a video about that too sometime. It's drawn, it's, sometimes I use washi tape or stickers and little bits of this and that happened in my day. And so between that and doing these, it was a lot of work. Every day, and then I was trying to get ready for some art fairs. So, but I did enjoy doing it because it made me sit down and get out my paint. So I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope maybe it inspires you to participate next year if you didn't participate this year. And thanks for watching. Be sure to visit my Etsy shop, where I have prints of my artwork along with cute little monsters for sale. See you next time.